Which screen are you displaying? Sure? This one, I think you can put this one out on your own, Abby. All right. Good morning.
That's okay for now, right? Should we run this manual for you?
Okay.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Sorry for this delay that we had. Hello, madam.
Hello, please, your attention is needed.
So sorry for this delay, please. I remember in our last class, we divided the classes into two. We have the theory on Monday and Wednesday. Then Thursdays are for practicals, right? So the topic is model development and optimization in artificial intelligence, and it consists of topics like machine learning and you understanding how to use machine learning. So like I said in the last class, we are going to work with Python, right? So the first thing to do is to see if you have Python installed in your computer, right? Most Windows OS from, let's say, Windows 10, Windows 11, I don't know whether Windows 7 doesn't or Windows 8 doesn't, they all come with Python, right? So how do we know if we have Python in our computer, right? The first thing we have to do, we can check before we can start probably downloading it. We can check if we have Python available in our computer. So the first thing to do, as it is not being projected, how do we project it?
Isn't sharing the screen?
Where is that?
Yes, maybe we have to use the screen is already connected. Sorry.
Okay, pull me through. I want to see if I can.
The screen isn't connected to this. We have to share the screen.
So how do we? Put W. Put
Okay.
W. What's money?
No, I mean,
I want to share this.
which one?
With this one, let's leave it for me.
Okay.
I think I want to. Okay, so like I said, you have to check if Python is available on your computer. And to check, we go to the command prompt, right? So I don't know how I go to the command prompt. You can actually go to your Windows, or you can go to your search bar, right? And type command prompt. Right? You can see my screen, right? So you just type command. Are you with me? You type command, you can see command prompt there. So once you click it, you get a screen like this. Wow. Well, once you open your command prompt, right? computers are for you to use. Okay, what's the Okay. No log. Okay, you're restarting this.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Okay, light went off, so I'm trying to. I'm sorry. Once the light comes, we can, and we'll just get to step in. Okay, so like I was saying, right? The programming language we're going to be using is Python, right?
Tell those online to subscribe to our channel so that they can be able to see feeds.
Please, those are online. You can subscribe to our channel so that you can see the feeds as they come. So if you can hear me, please subscribe to our channel. Are you sure they can hear me? This thing seems muted. Okay. All right. I've muted it. So if you're online, subscribe to our channel so that you can actually see the feed. So let's go back to the lecture at hand. So I was like, the language we're going to use is Python, right? But first of all, like I said, some higher versions of OS come with Python pre-installed, while some don't come with this Python this thing pre-installed. So what do? We have to check whether Python is on this computer. That's why I'm actually on my command prompt here. Like I showed you, if you don't, how I got here, you can type it here. See the search bar, right? You can just type command prompt. Command prompt. Look at it there. You just click on it. If you want a shorter way, you can press your Windows and R key, then you type CMD, you hit enter, it shows you your command prompt. It brings it out for you. Windows and R, yeah. It takes you to a search bar where you can just type CMD and then you can bring out your command prompt. So once we're here, right, I'll just type Python, Python, right, hit enter. if it is installed, to show me that Python and the version is installed in this computer. But because it is not installed, it is taking me to, okay, it is now taking me to what? Microsoft Store, right? To get this package. So what I'll do now, I'll just click on get. I'll click on get. You can't see my screen. No, it's dark because I'm actually using the command prompt. That's why it's dark. But I believe it's actually showing. Sorry, please, let's just wait a minute while it installs. So please check whether the computer has Python installed already. This one doesn't have. Or if you don't like that method, you can actually go to our web browser and type Python. If that one probably is taking time, just type Python download. And go to your browser and type Python. It takes you to the Python website. Download Python. Right? So if you look at it, download Python 3.13.1, which is actually the latest package, right? Then you save. So Opeyemi, he said I'm finding it hard to. Okay, let's walk through that. Let's walk through that and see. So this is actually installing faster than what we have on the store, right? So the beautiful thing about this is that it actually picks your operating system and what the machine is working with, so it doesn't give you what is higher. So after that, I can now install it.
You're not projecting, the screen you're projecting is they're not seeing it.
How do I project all the screens at once? I have to project them.
You project once you.
That's what I've been doing. Okay, funny enough, the one from the store has actually finished. I'm having two captures here.
Move one, project one. Just that's
But they're all in the two. How do I get one out? This is what I want to project actually. Alright, so once Python is installed, right, you get.
font size bigger.
I think,
Control plus.
that's no font. Edit the font. Alright. Okay, so once you have Python installed, this is what will pop up, right? This is what will pop up. So we can actually, this is more like this is the Python IDE, the integrated development environment, right? So now, this, if you see this now, it shows you that Python is installed on this computer, right? It shows that Python is installed on this computer. So for us to be sure, let's just run a simple code and see. Let's run 2 plus 2 and see something. Then hit enter. Can you see? It gives us 4. Are you with me? 2 plus 2, it gives us 4. If I say A is equal to 2, right? B is equal to 4. Then I now say A plus B. A plus B. Can you see? It gives me 6. So this automatically shows that Python has been installed on this computer. But I don't want to use this IDE. Are you with me? I don't want to use this IDE because every line of code I run, I have to run it, get the output before I'll now go back around that one, right? So the specific IDE I'm going to use, I'll go back to Chrome, right? I'll go back to Chrome. I'll go back to Chrome, and then we're now going to look for an IDE called Jupyter, right? So first of all, let us download the Anaconda. Sorry, we are using snake names in this thing, Python and Anaconda. Let's download this Anaconda distribution first. Yeah, good morning. Welcome. So let's download that. This is actually a very large file, so it might take time to download. Yeah, Anaconda, yeah. They might ask you to. It's actually very large, 951 megabyte, 1.5 gig. Well, mine is 951 megabyte.
Why you installed the system?
Okay, have you installed yours already?
Yes.
Okay, now you're already prepared. So let's wait for this to install. Sorry, my own computer is coming out. That's why I already have. It's not an issue though. So while we wait for you to download, we have actually downloaded our Python. It has various packages, right? It's actually good for this high data analysis because once you download Anaconda, there are other tools there that you can use, of which Jupyter is part of it, right? Now Jupyter is the cells and reuse your code. So instead of using the other IDE, which is that you can break down your codes, right? Unlike probably when you're using VS Code, whereby you have to write all the codes in one specific page. In this one, you now have cells whereby you can break it down. Like for this learning class, I can say, okay, now I want to deal with Python variables. I can use a cell for variables now into every component that it is, starting from maybe variables now into every component that it is, starting from maybe strings to numbers to lists to dictionary to numbers to lists to dictionaries and all that. Each of them. So it kind of makes it easier for you to comprehend when you go back to learn or see what. But for the sake of time and this course, we might not really. Really delve in, right? Because we don't really have time. We just have a very, very little window here. So please, I think everybody should try and download. This too. My screen now. I think it's bold enough now. Is it bold enough? Okay, okay, well done. Installed and ready to use, but we have to wait for others. Victor, like I told you, if you have Python, let me show you something. We just installed Python in this computer, right? Initially, we didn't have Python in this computer. So now that we've installed Python into this computer, for me to check whether I have Python, I will just type Python again and hit enter. So can you see, if you recall from the last time we actually checked our command prompt whether we had Python installed, it took us to where? Microsoft Store, right? But now, it's now telling me what? Python 3.1. Oh, sorry, Python 13.1, right? That means it's not telling me that what? It has been installed in this computer. Unlike before, whereby we didn't have it. And it now took me to where? It's IDE, whereby if I like, I can type 2 plus 2 and hit enter. It will give me 4. So this automatically shows that what? Python is installed. Victor, hope I've answered your question. So we're waiting for Anaconda to download. Let's check the progress.
No, I'm seeing I'm taking my glasses.
You think a guy doesn't know what it is.
It's large and it's depending on the speed of your system.
Yeah.
you trying to do now?
Jupyter notebook.
Honda?
Yeah, Honda.
Do it online now.
I do it online.
No.
Okay.
Just cloud Honda.
All right.
Before you download this one now. Cloud Honda.
Anaconda.
I thought they would give me so that I would show you. The second one. The second option, Anaconda Cloud.
Why is it not projecting?
Okay, why not copy the link and take it to there? That's one in Chrome. What are you talking about? Let me see. Okay, you are in. It's showing CMD, right?
It's not sure.
Which one am I going to show again?
Please put this. Okay.
LHPP QIPU control.
Remote control. But this is not projected. I think this thing is back.
Yeah, it's back. It's kind of slow. Okay, why not remove it and we do it again? I think that should be more better.
Trying to.
Yeah.
Yes. So you can do an Conda cloud. Just that Conda cloud. Then you have to register, so that you can, when you register, they'll send you a verification code. You log in. So please let's do that. Let's do that. So please, if we are since installing this or downloading this will take time, let's just do it in the cloud. Let's do it in the cloud. Okay, we have to finish. I already installed it. Yeah, so mine is still downloading. No problem. Just you can use it, or you can still try the contact cloud. What you say? You have to go to sign up. This one that downloaded already. Which do you prefer? Do you prefer the cloud or you prefer the standalone app? Standalone app is better. At least the cloud can help you manage computer now scatters. Huh? At least the cloud can help you save your distance. I don't know, those online, I can't see anybody, unfortunately. Okay, if you're using the cloud version or you're using, I don't know, should we wait for mine to download? Okay. There's a flash, just send it to you. There's a Mr. Khalifa. I greet you, sir. Well done. I greet you. Me, I remain local. I can't even see those online. So those online, if you can hear me, we're actually switching. I'm actually switching to the cloud version of Anaconda. What are you looking for, sir? There's a flash here, but it's being used. Yeah, that's why it's being used. It will be very difficult to get a flash here. Alright, let's use this. It's the same thing, right? Just that the one on the cloud, I will have to refresh a lot, and I can see the network is not really good. Jupyter notebook, right? Okay, sorry, I didn't say that. Go to launch a notebook. Launch a notebook. Yes, Jupyter. We're using Jupyter. Are you using which of them are you using, sir? Notebook. Jupyter notebook, okay. Yes. That's what we're using, yeah.
Python 3.
Yes, sir. No, don't assign the kernel. Let me just bring out something.
Okay, you didn't eventually download this.
I didn't download it, yeah. But it's still downloading though. Yeah. If you download, you don't have to sign in. You don't sign in. You don't have to sign in. Is anyone having difficulty? So let's test this and see, right? A is equal to 4. B is equal to 7, right? Let's try this and see. Let's just run a simple code and see. A is equal to 4, B is equal to 7, right? So basically, this is the first step. I've already declared 2 variables here. Are you with me? I've already declared 2 variables here. I declared one A, I declared one B, right? A is equal to 4 and B is equal to what? 7. So to run this now, right, either use Control and Enter, right? Control and Enter, we'll just run it for you. Okay. What's happening here? Come on, let me see something. See. Control and Enter, we'll run it. It's actually running. Can you see? So once this number shows, it shows that this cell has executed. Are you with me? It shows that the cell has executed. So let me add a new cell. Now, what I want to do now, I'll declare another variable C, and I'll let it be equal to what? A plus B, right? And I'll now run it, Control Enter. Please, once you, right? A plus B, right? What do you say? Yeah?
Assign a kernel.
Yes, please assign the kernel. Once it pops up, assign the kernel, assign the first one that pops. I think you're using the system based on, right, sir? You're in the system based. Yes. Okay, I think yours will not be that.
They are mine or theirs?
Yours. Madam, are we good? Kernel. Once you do A equal to B, okay, you are available. This is the you want to use this one? Probably maybe I will switch to when once the download finish, I will switch to the web, the system own, so that we can use that. So can you see? So that what?
They can't see anything.
That's the point.
Except the lecturer.
Oh, just seeing me. Oh, hello. About that, I've been trying to. I hope they can see something now. I've been trying to get this up. I don't know why it's not. Where are these guys? I've been trying to get this up, but at the end of the day, it's only. This is the only one that can. Hey, please, I don't know. I can't project this one. I'm trying to project the screen. Okay, it's up now. All right, I believe you can see the screen. Hello, those online. I believe you can see my screen now. Are they responding? Can they see the screen now? Before we proceed, I want to be sure that we are on the same page. Okay, all right. It's actually showing now. It's showing now. All right, so let's proceed. So like I said, I told you the Jupyter notebook is good, right? If you look at this, are you done? Okay, no, I'm not B is equal to this. To get my output now. I'll open a new cell using this cross, right? If I want to get my output now, I can just type C. Are you with me? And I do control. Please control and enter. Can you see what happens? It gives me. Do you get? Control and that give me 11. If I don't want to do it, like the syntax is very easy. Instead of me going to write one long distance, but I can do that if I want. I can now say print C if I want. I can say print. I'll open a bracket, put C in there, then control enter. It still gives and it will give me the answer. Control enter. It still gives and it will give me the answer. Welcome. So that's basically that. Yes, ma'am. So this is just one of the variables we have in Python, right? I'm coming. Let me just get these files up. So that's one way we can do that, right? So this is just a very simple basic code, right? Getting a variable. So in Python we have different types of variables. Like I said, we have the numeric data types. We have different types of data types, right? We have the numeric data type, we have the string data type. Now in Python, we now have what we call lists, we have what they call sets, and we have what they call dictionaries. So I'm just going to, like I said, we don't really have much time. So another way we can, if you want to run a cell, okay, let me just say. Another way we can, if you want to run a cell, okay, let me just say this. You understand? Take for, if I say control and enter does that. You see, what shift and enter does is that it will print the output. That's reconnected again.
Yeah, I think so, but something had disconnected.
Where? Your flash?
No, it's not. I was answering. I was not hearing it.
Maybe let me join the online session and see. Online session. Disconnected again.
I thought I would end by 11. I just discovered I would end by 4.
Let me repair connection.
Latin I will download it. Latin I will download it.
I'll call you.
Connection going to my phone.
I came on one mistake. That was was a circular, yes. That was a circular. Here we are. Mm-hmm.
You connecting? Sorry. Good afternoon. Good morning. Sorry. We are spending on the same one, but I'm surprised the network is hanging. After the class, I will call our ISP and complain to them that we are streaming on YouTube and it's hanging. It's not supposed to. It's like having, how do I put it in a great fun? It's like having a 10-lane expressway with only 5 cars on it. And then there is hold up. So you can imagine 10 lanes, 5 cars, and there's hold up. Where did it come from? That is where I find myself right now. So I'm going to use my hotspot for now. The class will continue, and then after the class, I will call them, and then I will look at my computer to them, and then we'll see what they will do before then. Pending that, I believe most of you have seen your exams on the platform, on the learning platform.
Yes.
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 Quizzes and it's only quizzes that you've seen.
Yes.
You've not seen exams.
I think the exams is only for software students. That's so the exams yet.
Yeah, I have not seen theirs.
Yes.
All right, so we'll make an arrangement for you to see yours so that you can be able to partake in the exams, and then we'll see what we can do from there. We are planning to finish this training as soon as end of this month, so that those of you that will go to internship will go to internship. Those of you that are already working, we will discuss and then figure out the best approach for you. Okay? All right. Are we up?
Yes.
Are we live?
Yes.
Is YouTube fine?
Are we good?
Yes.
All right, please.
Will you attend to it?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. There is school Wi-Fi. I think I've shared the login
Okay,
with
so
with all of you, right?
I don't. People online, please, apologies.
And reviews. Okay?
Apologies.
Sorry.
Okay, so we're back again, right? Sorry, I'm just dabbling into all the data types, right? But let me try and break it down now. I don't think the declaring a variable will be a hard thing. You understand? A variable is just like saying anything. Let's say A is equal to what? A specific thing, a specific data type. Like what we just did here. I first of all showed you that A can be equal to a number, right? But there are types of data type, there are a lot of variables that Python don't accept. Take for instance now, if I have something like this, I wish I can remember all those things, but well, it will be in my note when I'm going to send it. I can't remember all of them. They are quite a number, but I'll try not to use them. There are certain functions as well you can use in Python. Right? Take for instance now, I want to know what type of data type is my list. Do you understand? I'll just use what they call type, type, right? I'll say type, I'll pass it through this, and I'll say my underscore lists. Then when I run this, so it tells me what that is in what? It's a list. So these are just some basic things, right? some basic things in Python. So I've shown you strings, I've shown you numbers, right? But in numbers we have two types. We have the integer and we have what? The floating point, right? We have the integer and we have the floating point, and sometimes there's also a third one called complex numbers, right? So if you have a number like this, e equal to 100, and you run it, right, and you want to know what type of number is this, just run it through the type A. When you run it, it tells you what? int means integer, right? If I have a number like this, maybe b is equal to 10.12, right? 10.12. I run it, I say type b. I run it. It tells me what? It's a float. You understand? Let me see. I think there is a. Let me see if you can get the. Okay, I don't have a.
Numbers we have two, either integer or float.
Yeah?
The numbers.
We have integer, we have float, we have
Integer.
complex numbers.
We have Boolean.
Boolean is more of if I say something like this, 2 greater than 3, right? Mm-hmm. And I run it. This is a Boolean. And so Boolean is either true or false. But you see now, because 2 is less than 3, it gives me 4. But if I say 3 greater than 2, I run it. To tell me is what? It's true now. You understand? So sometimes if we're dealing with some of these algorithms, you need all these logics. Sometimes you see that I just put some logics to like capture a few things. So let's look more into. So now before I want to show you something. You can save this, right? You can save this. You right click here and click rename. You can rename it to whatever you want to call it. And click rename. So I don't know. I can call this starter. Starter, right? Starter. Let it be like, because there are so many things jumbled here. I can't call it list. I can't call it integers or what. So let's open a new notebook. Let's open a new notebook, right? Let's call this one list and loops. Let's choose one as list and loops. Let's call this one list and loops. I'm just going to go back to. Let's go back and start learning list again. Let's just go back and start list from the beginning. So first of all, I said when you want to declare a list, right? This is how you declare a list. You give it a variable name, then lists are always enclosed in square brackets. Is that okay? They're always enclosed in square brackets. Now, if I want to know what type of data type this is, I can say type a list. So if I should run it, it tells me that what? This is a list, right? This is a list. So now, I can now put contents inside this list. And I believe I've shown you that. I just want to hit somewhere before we can proceed. 1, 2, 3. Then if I should print my list, so it tells me that these are the content of my list, right? And I told you a list can have numbers, strings, and a list itself. Another way I can declare a list is this. I can say A is equal to 100, enter. B is equal to, let me put a string there. Let's say the boy likes candy. Then I can say C is equal to Sherry, 2, 3. Like this, right? So I can now have a D, or let me say the list. Let me call this the list is equal to A, B, C. I can have this, right? If I print, what will be the output? If I should print this, the list, what will be the output? To print the list, as in what is it going to print? Is it going to print A, B, C? Or to print 100, the boy likes candy? Do we all agree with that? Or let's try it and see. So print the lists, right? Okay, so we are all correct, right? At least we have passed this stage. We have passed that stage. We have passed that stage. Okay, I want to show some another what we can do to a list. It's what they call indexing and slicing. Indexing and slicing in a list. Indexing and slicing. Now, what indexing? Let me explain indexing. Indexing will like give us the position of an item in a list. Are you with me? When you hear indexing, it gives you the position of an item in a list. What do I mean? Let me write a list. Let me call this my list. Let me declare a list. Sorry. Let me call this my list, and I have A, comma B, comma C, comma D. Oh, sorry. This I just messed up here. B, C, then D. Let's just make 4 items here, and I close my list, right? I'll run it.
Okay, excuse me.
Yes, sir.
How did you write that indexing and sliding without it being inside the cell?
Sorry, my bad. What you can do, right?
Okay.
Can you see here that there is the code icon? Can you see the code?
Yes.
Now, what I did there, I just created a more like a topic. That is why I like this as well. So you see, I can break down every topic I want. So now this is not indexing and sliding. So I had to make like a topic that you know that this is what we're doing here. So you come here, right? Can you see where my cursor is?
Mm-hmm.
There's a drop down there, right? Click on the drop down, then go to markdown, right? Then use the hashtag, right? Hashtag, shift and 3. Shift and 3 gives you the hash. Shift and 3, right? You understand? So now I can now type something. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it. So when I type something like this, right? Let's say the boy, and I run it. Can you see? Now this is bigger. It's bigger than the first one at the top, right? Can you see? The reason is that the number of hashtags you use determines the smaller, determine how small the alphabet will be, or how the font size will be. In this one here, the indexing and slicing here is small because I used 3 hashtags. You understand? Here, I used 1. Can you see? So one hashtag gives you a bigger font. Are you with me? Then 2 hashtags will give you a font that is smaller than that other one, right? If I should use 3, it will still give you a smaller one. I don't know if it's making sense. Huh?
So we are going to use markdown, then we'll type in.
Yeah, use your hash, use the hashtag. So if you use 1 hashtag, it gives you a bigger font. 2 hashtags, you understand? So that it's just to make it a little bit so that you can understand it. So like I said, we're in indexing and slicing, right?
Okay.
So let me print my list.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
When I did that, mine was also showing the hashtag.
I think in your own, the one on the standing on the system app has a specific.
See what it's showing. Okay, I should use the heading. I should have started one down.
So please, the one on the where the system-based application and markdown, yes. So please, if you're using the system B, you don't go to markdown. There's click on is it the system or this is the that one.
It's on the internet to go. It's not working. All that is.
Which one is that? You're in code now.
Don't worry.
Now, right? I'll show you how to declare a list now. Now, right? I'll show you how to declare a list now. Because I don't really have practical. Because I don't really have practical this thing. Do you understand? And it's not. I don't really know what she plans on doing. She actually asked me to stand it, but I don't really know what she plans on doing. Sure you get? We do. We can continue till maybe we must not do till 4. Because it's going to be because normally even if I think a new instruction, you can just extend by an hour, go to 1 o'clock, then we can call it. So please, I'm actually recapping those online. This is actually a recap. I'm recapping. If there's any question, you can ask. Madam, I think this is. Can you open this one?
Desire.
Yes. Okay, so I was talking about indexing and slicing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was talking about indexing and slicing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I have a list like this. Now I want to know that we can do indexing and slicing for string. So I don't really want to dwell on. If I do for list, you will know how to do it for string.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So now let's go to. So let me print this. Is there any question, ma? Those from YouTube. Okay. That's what I'm doing now. Okay, so that's from the beginning. At the beginning we were just trying to install and process again. Okay, all right.
What are you referring to as indexing and slicing?
That's what I want to do now. But I want to go back. This system is open. Use this system. All right. For those that just came or those that are online and the network happen to have an issue, what do you want? I just follow my step here. Right now we are model development and optimization, and just like I said earlier, one of the important tools is a programming language, which is Python, which we are going to use.
Yeah. We are using his own.
His own, huh?
Yeah.
Just make sure as I should keep it close.
I think if that's going into detail,
I think he's back.
You alright?
I just heard your voice.
Yeah, yeah, right. I was thinking that if we could record the class for those of them, we should video Mr. S doing it.
have you used anything? Anaconda?
So that we should raise the phone up.
Is it network we're using?
Yes.
What happened to the? Well, let's. So is it better? Can you hear me?
I think it's the NBS. Is it OBS?
OBS.
Yes.
And it's going on and off, on and off, on and off. Some guys are fighting on the group, on the platform. What is all this? What's your own business if I ask your attendance? I bet when I give them attendance for one person. Is it better now? Can you check whether is it back?
Let me check.
Is it back?
Yeah, it's back.
Did you?
I go to JC.
Okay. So sorry, welcome back. So I'll go back to the beginning of what I was doing so that those online that didn't get us will actually be able to follow. Like I said, the first thing we're going to do is to install Python. Please let's gather at our seats, please. We're going to install Python on our system. That was the first thing I did when I started this class, right? So, but before we install Python, most of these new operating systems always come pre-installed with Python. They always come pre-installed with Python, right? So we'll check whether we have that installed, and how we go about that is by first of all verify it now, verify email, then you log in from there. We'll first of all check whether we have this Python installed, right? And in order to do that, we'll go to our command prompt. Sorry, I'll come and let me project that. So there is a search bar to your bottom left. There's a search bar there. You can type command prompt there. I'm starting from the beginning. Is it better? Okay. You can type command prompt, then hit enter. When you do that, a screen like this will pop up. A screen like this will pop up, right? So this is actually our command prompts. Okay, creative tech. I don't know, how do I know that?
Maybe I think they are seeing the command.
No, they're saying, but they're not seeing how I got to the command prompts.
Okay,
So from here, right?
the way you search, yeah.
Not the way I search. Like, you see something. Let me show you something. Now, can you see? If I should type this, I want them to be seeing this.
Yes, you are typing.
But see, it's a dark screen. But once I come here, right? Windows capture. I can switch between these two, but I cannot switch for them to see the larger screen.
I'm not used to this.
If we need to, I'm not used to it.
Where sharing.
This one is for my face, for the video capture.
Is there any way?
This is a hard thing. I think it's the one
Let me
that.
ask you.
Let's ask him. Sorry, creative tech. I'm trying to get the whole screen so that you can actually see what I'm doing. But if you understand what I mean, the bottom left. You can't hear me? Uh-oh.
Is my network? Then maybe it's my network.
I think it's your network. I think it's your network. So if you can hear me right, the bottom left of your computer, you should see a search bar. It should be a search bar there, so you can type command prompt there. Once you type command prompt, your screen will become the way mine is right now. Do you know the okay. the screen will look like what mine is looking right now. So if you have done that, next up, we are now going to check if we have Python installed by typing Python and hitting enter. Right, so because I just installed Python at the beginning of this class on this computer, so that is why you can see my Python is here. Someone is saying I should end the class.
I just think
Oh, damn it. Well, even if I end the class, there's another class that's supposed to go on right now. Shamsia.
the class is from 9 to 1.
9 to 12.
It's 12 or 1?
9 to 12. Sorry, the class was supposed to end by 12, but this is just 11:17, and because of the interruption, I've not really done anything. So, bear with me. So if you just give me a minute, I want to show you. Yeah, I'll give everybody a manual. I'll give everybody a manual on how to go about this whole thing. There will be a manual on how to go about this whole thing. But it's better you're seeing what we are doing, that you can actually have an idea of what we are trying to do as well. So please just like I said, if you understand the what I said about the command prompt. So okay, if you now don't have Python installed in your computer, we have to download it. Right? We have to download it. So to download Python, I will type this. Python download. And from here, you can now download the application. Can you see? Once you click here, it will start to download. Once you click there, it will start downloading, of which that we have here. It's downloading already. Okay, you understand the button. Alright, so if you understand the button, please go there, type command prompt. Then when you open your command prompt, type Python. If you have Python, it will show you a prompt that Python has been installed already and the version, right? But if it is not installed, you have to now download it like what I'm doing here right now. Once you download it, you can now run it. You can now run it. That's what I'm actually doing. I'm actually running it now. So you choose install now, right? So I'm going to end this installation because I already have it already, so that I don't override it or cause some issues. So I can cancel it because I already have it. So, but you please don't cancel it. Continue your own. Make sure you have downloaded it. Make sure you have installed it already. Right? So after installing Python, the next thing we're going to install is Anaconda, so that we can have the notebook we're going to use. But if you don't want the system-based application, we've been using the cloud version, right? And you can get that by going to Conda Cloud. Conda Cloud. When you go to Conda Cloud, please click on the second one, Anaconda Cloud. Then you now have to register or you sign up, or if you've already signed up, you can now sign in already. Then you can launch a notebook. Like you can see, it's telling me welcome back because it already has my details there. So once you do that, once you click launch a new notebook, it will take you to this place here, which is our notebook, which is what we have been working with so far. But on the other side, if you don't want the cloud-based, you can as well use the system-based, which I'll show you how to install as well. Okay, so once you launch the installer, it takes you here. This is for Anaconda right now. I'm trying to install Anaconda. So you just next, just me, yes, next, install. You have to open an account too. You have to open an account before you can use it. But if you don't want that, you can actually download it. But downloading it will take time. Okay, Alpha. Which one are you doing like this one? They say don't carry you go one place. No, sure you don't verify for here. I have to put it now. You're forgetting it. I put it now. Put it and click sign in. The one you used to create this one now. Was it your email password? Okay, so we're still setting up the package. We just a little while. You've not clicked it on. Type now. Sure now. So we're waiting for this to install. So that's why if you prefer the cloud platform.
Okay.
Hi. Hi. If you ask me, right? If you ask me, I think we should call it a day. Probably. What I'll do. That's what I'll do. I'll do it and put on I'll send the link to everybody. I think that's what I'll do because guy, I can't continue. I'm already spent. I'm already spent, man.
Can you use your OBS to do it?
Yeah?
Can you use your OBS to do it? Record it and send it.
Well, I don't know. I'll try recording. I'll find a way to record and share my screen, right? I'll try the OBS.
Or even your WhatsApp.
I think that's what I'll do so that I can share the videos. But if I can't do it, what I'll do, I'll look for videos and share to you guys. It must not be me, right? I'll look for videos and share it to the class. But I think for now, Hajia, we can call the class off now.
Actually, I don't know, sir.
I want us to be in agreement. Can we call off the class?
Second session.
Well, like I said,
Is it at this pace we'll do the second session?
No, second session, not by one, right?
Yeah, it's from
but the lady is busy. The instructor. Well, I'm not. I'm going to do what I want to take. Because, like I said, I don't have the material for her
So you
practice.
need to reschedule the class for us again.
I think I should reschedule this class or reschedule her class.
I reschedule.
So I don't know what day is appropriate because we have today, tomorrow is
For digital skills.
digital skills, then Friday is for software.
No, Saturday for
So Saturday is for software. So I don't know if we can, what we can do, because if you ask me, I don't really need the theory from my own part. Are you with me? The theory, what I'm going to show you in the theory is what I'm going to show you here, just for me to talk in this thing. So if we can use the theory next week for this practical.
Is Monday that some people go to work again?
No, mine has shifted to Wednesday now. Yes.
What time on Wednesday?
11 to, I mean 12 to, okay, 1 to 4.
Okay, afternoon.
We swapped the class. So the chatbot will come on Monday, while I will come on Wednesday.
You can try using that.
I don't understand, sir.
I'm supposed to
I thought the timetable Monday to Wednesday is online theory.
online theory. Now what I'm saying is that it's supposed to be theory, but I'm trying to, because we have not really done practical. So I'm trying to cut out a lot of theory. You understand? Because in the practical, I'm still going to be talking and explaining. So there is still theory in the practical. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah.
So I want us to use that theory session on Wednesday and have a practical. You understand?
You still have that class on Thursday and still on Wednesday and still.
We'll have on Wednesday and we'll have on Thursday. So you see, we now have two practical. Chatbot, no, that one, she will come on Monday.
So are we having practicals with her on Monday?
Well, I will ask her. But I will share her notes. I have her note. I don't know whether I'll ask her whether I should share the note to the class. Do you get?
Are we supposed to be here on Monday for practicals apart from
No,
AI?
Monday is theory. But what I'm saying that now I want to do practical on
Yes, I
Wednesday.
understand, because it's hands-on. It's supposed to be hands-on. You explain.
Yes. So like I said, even in the hands-on, I will still explain. Right?
Still have time again.
I don't have time again.
It's already on.
I'm already done, and the thing is just going on and off. Network is poor. See what I'm proposing, right? Since we have already spent the time here, and I don't know, the network is not stable. I was telling them, since me and Dr. Juliet is going to come take Monday, me I'll take Wednesday.
It's not like that.
No, we've talked to Dr. Shakir. She said that she's better for her to take Monday because Wednesday she has classes.
Okay.
So what I want to do, because inside the practical there is theory, I still want to do a practice. I'll repeat this practical on Wednesday and have it on Thursday again.
We don't have that time.
Well, it's the same thing now. Inside what I'm explaining, I'm supposed to even be doing more of practical here.
I use mine with yours.
I'm using mine. Yours. Mine itself, I don't even know. Network is poor. I don't know. Are you using glue?
No, I'm 10.
Generally, there's a network problem. It's not only.
Yes,
Yesterday's one was unbearable.
the ingredient.
Somebody lost her money because of that network problem.
So let's do what we can, and then we see what we can do.
So Dr. Juliet is not coming.
You're taking the Juliet class now?
I'm supposed to, but I don't have her this thing.
So you talk to her now.
If you ask me, what's this thing, please?
So on Thursday, are we meant to have 2 practical class, or is this same thing as being repeated in the 2 subjects?
No, those are 2 practical class.
Thursday.
My own and the other.
So you're supposed to be here like from 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock. That's interesting. I thought it's the same class that you can either be your class or be that class.
It's all part of the artificial intelligence.
Oh, okay.
So mine, I'm teaching machine learning and model optimization. Her, she's teaching chatbot. And I'm complimenting if I can get to her.
That was my preparation. While we were here, there was a conversation on the platform. They had to rectify that. It was just from 9 to 4.
19 4.
Yes.
Okay, that means just 1 hour break.
Break, yes.
9 to 12. Then
All those schools do not job. 1 hour pick up.
That is 2 separate classes.
It's separate class.
I just asked him.
Dr. Juliet is taking 1 to 4. So it's different.
From 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock.
It's his class.
Is it scattered? Then
Which
madam
means
takes
to be
over.
here from 9 to
4, yes.
And then I'm saying, me, I told you to what was one day, this one
Thank God you are here.
I just created this class.
If we are busy and the system is working, won't you know when it's working? Your hands will so be you are stopping from His system can be slow. It took me only less than 30 minutes, but some people take them hours to install. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, come. How do I? This is my. Okay, this one. No, there's another. How do I get my ID card? I tried that, but it bouncing back.
Because I've not tried.
You don't know the way I'm going for initial, the way I'm going for defense.
Okay, let's take a recess now.
Thank you. 30 minutes, right?
It's 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
We'll start again.
So we'll not start the second session. You are using the material, right?
No, she told me what to do.
And when are you doing your own video?
You want me to know my own?
No, I'm just
We are asking, so no.
I'm thinking of doing my own Wednesday.
Okay.
That's fine. Wednesday is fine.
I'm thinking of doing my own Wednesday. What do you think?
Wednesday is okay for me.
But the truth is that if this should continue from that 1 o'clock, we call it a day.
What's that?
If the network should continue this way. And what we will agree on, the people at the platform should also understand, be communicated with.
Okay.
No problem.
Just to share that link.
Well,
Get that link. You have to go on WhatsApp together.
okay, let's use the link.
Yes. Without the link, you can.
When the whole thing we're looking for is here.
Yeah.
How? Let me know which one I'm taking. One. How do I know I'm taking this? Question what you ask. If I fail, what you go happen?
What's American again?
So this one is what is primary the last one. So I'll go back. If I finish the review, I should click there. It said reattempt. It said, I said, How do you write it? You can't write on it.
Now we head back to Dialogflow and then we click on create agent. So over here, what we have to do is to give the agent login, and then click on create. That's all. So the warrior bot is being created, and we wait for it to be done. So it's done. Now we head back to Dialogflow, and then we click on create agent. So over here, what we have to do is to
damn it.
is to keep the agent in name, right? So we have to keep the agent in name. So let's call it the warrior bot. And then we pick the Google project we are working with. So the Google project we're working with is the warrior bot name. So click on that and then click on create. So this might take a little bit of time, so you want to wait for it to finish. Go back to console.cloud.google.com to create the project, and then we will head back to Dialogflow. So here, click on this place and then new project. So the project we are going to keep a name. So here, let's just call it the warrior. So let's call it the warrior bot login, and then click on create. That's all. So the warrior bot is being created, and we wait for it to be done. So it's done. Now we head back to Dialogflow, and then we click on create agent. So over here, what we have to do is to keep the agent in name, right? So we have to keep the agent in name. So let's call it the warrior bot. And then we pick the Google project we are working with. So the Google project we are working with is the warrior bot here. So click on that and then click on create. Good. So this might take a little bit of time, so you want to wait for it to finish. And then once it's done, we get to work with intents and entities, so on and so forth. Now this is not very difficult. Within 5 minutes, you can set up an agent and then get it so people can test it out, right? Good. So let's see. So over here on the left panel, right, we have intent, entity, knowledge-based fulfillment, integrations, all these other good stuff. And then here we see we are on the intent pane. So the the default welcome intent, now basically you ask what is an intent, okay? So here it says intents are mapped into the user's queries and the actions fulfilled by the software. I have a much simpler definition, so it's what the user intends to do, right? So it's as simple as that. So when the user first interacts with the bot, or when you meet someone for the first time, you want to say hi, right? So that's the welcome intent. So when we click on the welcome intent, we see some possible phrases you might use. So just going to say hi, hey, hello, hi, howdy. So these are some possible phrases you might use if you are saying hello to someone, right? So if you are saying hello to someone, that's the possible phrases. And some of the possible responses you get will be hi, how are you doing? Hello, how can I help you? You get it? So that's some of the possible phrases. So with this, you are basically training the agent with phrases, and then it also has possible phrases. So with this, so it's as simple as that. So when the user first interacts with the bot, or when you meet someone for the first time, you and then the fallback intent, and then over here for it to finish, and then once it's done, we get to work with intents and entities and so on and so forth. Now this is not very difficult. Within 5 minutes you can set up an agent, and then you can get it so people can test it out, right? Good. So let's see. So over here on the left panel, right, we have intent, entities, knowledge base, fulfillment, integrations, all these other good stuff. And then here we are on the intent pane. So the intent pane, we have the welcome intent and then the fallback intent. And then over here on the right side is where we have the try it now. So on the default welcome intent, now basically you ask what is an intent? So here it says intent is mapped into the user's queries and the action fulfilled in hello to someone, right? So if you are saying hello to someone, that's the possible phrases. And some of the possible responses you get will be hi, how are you doing? Hello, how can I help you? You get it? So that's some of the possible phrases. So with this, you are basically training the agents with phrases, and then it also has some pre-out thing. That is where we test out this bot.
You say what?
Something for your
As in save what? What did you say?
something I saved in the email.
I don't understand.
I saved something in the email. So how can I find?
When the user first interacts with the bot, or when you meet someone for the first time, you want to say hi.
See which
Right?
pass this
So
password
that's the welcome
in your
intent.
email.
So
But I'm putting it
when we
here
click
that
on the welcome intent, we see some possible phrases you might
Yeah.
use. So just going to say hi, hey, hello, hi, howdy. So these are some possible phrases you might use if you are saying hello to someone, right? So if you are saying hello to someone, that's the possible phrases. And some of the possible responses you get will be hi, how are you doing? Hello, how can I help you? You get it? So that's
Go to your,
some
you
of
should
the
go to your
possible
Chrome.
phrases. So with this, you are basically training the agent with phrases, and then it also has some pre-trained responses, right? Good. So over here on the try it out pane, that is where we test out this bot to see whether it is actually working or not. So if I say something like hi, we give it some seconds, and it says hi, how are you doing?
Okay.
So this is what we get back. So hi, we are building the bot for this site with phrases, and then it also has some pre-trained responses, right? Good. So over here on the try it out pane, that is where we test out this
Anaconda.
bot to see whether it is actually working or not.
That's
So
the
if I
part
say
where I'm
something
typing.
like hi,
Yeah,
give
try
some
it again now.
seconds, and it says hi, how are you doing? So this is what phrases you might use if you are saying hello to someone, right? So if you are saying hello to someone, that's the possible phrases. And some of the possible responses you get will be, hi, how are you doing? Hello, how can I help you? You get it? So that's some of the possible phrases. So with this, we are basically training the agents with phrases, and then it also has some pre-trained responses, right? Good. So over here on the try it out pane, that is where we test out this bot to see whether it is actually working or not. So if I say something like hi, we give it some seconds and says hi, how are you doing? So this is what we get back. So hi, how are you doing? You get it? So you provide some phrases you want to train it on, and then once you test it, you get some feedback over here. Good. So for the purposes of what we are going to do, we want to build this bot for this site. Okay, we are building the bot for this site. Now, the Devoya site is basically a way for people to request the services of workers, right? We already know that. So here, what we are going to do is the welcome phrase. We want it to be more, more fine-tuned, or we want to make it more relatable, right? So say hi. So hi, welcome to the warrior. Welcome to the warrior. How may I help you? Something like this. Okay. Then click on save. It's important you need to click on save. So now when we say hi, it says hi, welcome to the warrior. How may I help you? So you can provide suggestions to this response. So you can say hello. I am the warrior. How? No, let's make it. Let me know it's about this site. Okay, we are building the bot for this site. Now, the warrior site is basically a way for people to request the services of workers, right? We already know that. So here, what we are going to do is the welcome phrase. We want it to be more, more, we want to make it more relatable, right? So say hi. So hi, welcome to the warrior. Welcome to the warrior. How may I help you? Something like this. Okay. Then click on save. It's important you need to click on save. So now when we say hi, it says hi, welcome to the warrior. How may I help you? So you can provide some other variations to this response. So you can say hello. I am the warrior. How? No, let's make it. Let me know it's about. I am the warrior, but how may I assist you? Right? Good. So something like this, click on save, and then test it out. So it says, hi, I am the warrior, but how may I assist you? Good. So that's the intent. Okay. So the intent is basically what the user is trying. What does the user intend to accomplish, right? So that's the intent. So we are going to create our own intent, and then we'll create a custom entity. I'll show you what entities are in a bit. So let's create our own intent. So click on the plus sign. Now we need to give this intent a name. So what is the business trying to do? Well, it's a way to connect skilled workers to clients. So clients will be requesting the services of workers. So if we are on the part of the client, their intention will be to do what? Request the services of workers. So here we'll give it a more descriptive name like request service, right? Request service. Sorry. request service like this, then click save. So now
So what?
we need to give it some possible phrases, right? We need to train it on some phrases. What is the user likely to say? So the user can say, hi, I want to request a service, right? So this is something the user might say. And if the user says that we want to have a response, so we can say, okay, your request is being click on save. Now the user likely to say. So the user can say, hi, I want to request a service, right? So this is something the user might say. And if the user says that we want to have a response, so we can say, okay, your request is being processed. Something like this. Click on save. Now I know we've not done much, so this is not very good, if I can put it that way, because we are just saying, hi, I want to request a service.
Alpha, what's the problem?
Your request is being processed. What request? We've not made that. So that's where entities will come in. But for the time being, let's just go with this for the testing purposes. So here, I'm going to say, hi, I want to request a service like that. Say, is this right? Okay, I think so. Good. So say, hi, I want to request a service, and it says, okay, your request is being processed, right? Good. So we need to add in some more variations, right? So I will typically recommend that you add at least 5, okay? If it's above 10, that is good. So the agent is more fine-tuned for such
Wait, what happened now? Oh, what were you typing that was wrong? You were typing something wrong. Yeah, okay. Don't up down. See, the another person will come and do that. So this is where you're going to. So, it's working now.
So may I, or I need help. Let's just say I need help. Okay. So that's one. Someone might say that. Okay. So I want to request the service of a worker, right? Something like this. So I want to request a service. I need the service of a worker. May I get the service of, let's say, a carpenter, right? Someone might be very direct. Carpenter, right? So I think here you basically get the idea, right? So here, what we are basically doing is we are processing we are taking in what the user might say, and then we are we also want to do something to make it more interesting because on the app, before you can request the service of a worker, you need to provide in your name, your phone, right? Your name, your phone number. Request gets sent back to the backend, and then we handle it from that side later. So the user can say, my name is. So my name is, let's say, Jane, like this. Okay, my name is Jane. So I want to introduce you. Good. So we see something. We see that Jane is highlighted and it says cis person under entity. So it automatically detects that, okay, Jane is a name. And if it's a name, names are entities. You get it? Good. So Jane is a name. Just understand that. So if it's a name, it's an entity. So there are so many system entities it has. So the sys before it is just saying that it's in the system, right? So the system has already created it by default. So you can work around with it. So next time, if we want to call the name, so here, if we want to echo out the person's name or respond to the person, we'll just respond with this. So when I come down to action parameters, we see this, the value. So it goes with a $sign before person, right? So if I want to echo out that, I'll say, okay, $sign person, like this. But for this to work, we need to make this required that the person must, tell us their name. You need to tell us who you are so that we keep it in our memory. So we click on this, and then we define a prompt in case the user does not provide it. So here we'll say, what is your name? Just like that, what is your name? So it automatically detects that, okay, Jane is a name. And if it's a name, names are entities. You get it? Good. So Jane is a name. Just understand that. So if it's a name, it's an entity. So there are so many system entities it has. So the sys before it is just saying that it has already created it by default. So you can work around with it. So next time, if we want to call in the name, so here, if we want to echo out the person's name or respond to the person, we'll just respond with this. So when I come down to action parameters, we see this, the value. So it goes with a $sign before person, right? So if I want to echo out that, I'll say, okay, like this. But for this to work, we need to make this required that the person must, tell us their name. You need to put in our memory. So we click on this, then we define a prompt in case the user does not is your name. Just like that. What is your name? Close. Save this. And now, if we go back and we say hi, is your name because we want to get this. Just like that. What is your name? And then we click on close. Save this. And now, if we go back and we say hi again, hi, I want to request a service. It says, what is your name? Because we want.
What we're going to do, we're not going to do the setup, right? No, since our first practical class, we just do a setup. Do you understand? Then I'll now give you the preliminary. Do you understand? So that when you go home, in your spare time, please, I'll advise, in short, this what we're going into now, right, is even going to be more interesting than what we did. because it doesn't really involve coding. You understand? It doesn't involve coding. It's just we just have the applications there. We just work with it. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right. So let's. I don't know. This lady is not around. I don't know if I can reach out to her. I'm coming. Let me just get. Let me get. So give or take maybe 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes or so.
Anyhow.
Not too much.
Some people do not even budget for extra from 12 o'clock. Activation function. Activation function. Activation function. To normalize the input data. To optimize the learning rate. Introduce non-linearity into the model. Yes. 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 See. I don't understand the question. See, how are you much talk about printing? It's just this objective. You write out the answer.
Okay, so let's just.
Is it connected?
Yes, it's connected.